welcome to Pick Central. My mic on? Hear me?
My mic's on. Oh, now my mic's on, I think.
Check.
I think your mic's on, Marty.
You hear me?
Okay.
All right, DraftKings. We're only a few weeks in. The NBA season is already wild. Stars are going off. Rookies are making noise, and the action doesn't stop. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is where you can get in on all of it. Jalen Johnson's breaking out. Evan Mobley's locking it down inside, and De'Aaron Fox is putting defenses on skates. Bet your favorite player props all game long. Don't forget the Emirates NBA Cup is rolling along. Big moments, big matchups, and a whole lot on the line. Don't miss out. Jump in and bet on the action today. New customers bet just $5 and get $200 in your bet wins. If your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right, a lot to talk about. Tons to talk about, actually.
We have two of the Super Bowl favorites outside of the playoff picture right now.
We do. Before we get to that, I do want to say I was getting a couple of tweets.
Maybe.
One sec.
Sorry. Maybe three with Baltimore.
Why do you do that when I start?
I want to make sure I clarify.
He's thinking. He's got.
I'll be like, I'm talking about something. You gotta finish that point. I was getting a couple tweets about it, but Kirk went on did a tweet yesterday saying that he is taking some time off for himself mentally, and I just didn't interact because I texted him privately. I hope he's doing okay. He will. He said he's doing okay. I'm not doing it for tweets. I don't like people shitting on him for going on it, whatever. Like, I know he makes jokes, but I handled it personally. I hope he's doing okay. You said you wanted to say or no?
Yeah, no, no. I mean, echo your point. Just hopefully he'll be back soon, and hopefully he's taking care of himself. And,
I don't want people thinking like he's had my back. He's my friend, so I reached out to him personally. I don't need to be doing it on Twitter. All right.
Text him as well, obviously.
NFL. It was pretty crazy yesterday. So I mean, I'm gonna say something. Meek he could have a little bit of a point right now. Detroit? I don't think they are. I think they're going to be completely fine.
So too.
Like they are.
In terms of who? The Lions?
The Lions.
Yeah, but you can't. He's blowing McCarthy. Like.
No, I mean but each is two things could be true. Like he's wrong on that, but the Lions are losing. They're 6.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I opened that graphic today, and I was like, I thought that Lions bet was surefire.
Yeah.
I thought it was surefire.
I mean, they're still going to make the playoffs, in my opinion.
Well, that was the whole thing. He said they're going to make.
But right now, he does have a point where they're 6-4. They're not even in first in their division. What place are they in?
They're in third, right?
No,
they got to be, I think, third. Yeah, because
No. The entire
the Packers
NFC.
Too. Wait, what?
You said the division, though.
I mean, I'm talking about the NFC.
Oh, then I had to think about it. Right now, they would be out of the playoffs.
They're out of the I mean,
so true, right? So right,
10 weeks in, you're like 11 weeks in, you're like, all right, that is still.
Next game's against the Giants, so that would put them at 7-4, and then that puts them in a much better.
They're
spot.
making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think.
I'm
so
just
too.
saying.
No, they don't make the playoffs.
11 weeks.
Me can definitely.
11 weeks
have his
in,
day.
he could still have like, look, I wasn't like he's still going to be wrong, 100%.
I think so. I will say this schedule isn't the easiest, but I do think I think the Lions will make the playoffs.
Let's start with that game last night. The Lions. Just the Eagles to me are I still don't think they're that good. Their defense is fantastic. When I say not that good, it's like Super Bowl is what I'm talking about the Eagles. Not like they're obviously I think their defense is fucking incredible.
Full disclosure though, before we go any further, because I will put my foot in my mouth. Was filming something yesterday for DraftKings out on location. Had the games on very much and then traveling through the night games. Caught the end of the fours. Very much a spot and go guy yesterday.
This game was on at 8:00 at night.
Granted, traveling at the end. Landed about halfway through, and then obviously caught the end. J-Mo, obviously a big touchdown. That was good for me, but very much a touch and go guy throughout the day. So.
Well, you were out.
You had a great week. Yeah, you went.
You on the
you go
stream?
5-0.
You watched the games. You were on the stream, weren't you?
I was on the stream.
Oh, all right. I don't know. Why are you guys angry at me?
He gets angry.
No,
like, why is that a crazy thing? You're in Chicago, you fuck.
I wasn't there.
All right, I thought you were.
Different state.
Okay. Why? It's just not house call where you say things that I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I wasn't as intently watching the games as I was yesterday for a reason.
All right.
So still went 5-0 though.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I was
4-0-1.
You don't see that update
3-2.
text though.
No. You notice that?
Don't see that update.
Well, you
text.
don't. To be fair, you don't text in the chat ever, because of him. So why would he text?
I thought we were building bridges last week.
Well, yeah, but if you're gonna
If you were,
send the negatives though, that's an olive branch the other way.
but you should text in the chat.
Update when I'm 0-3 after the first 1 o'clock slate. There
I'm with
sure
you.
was a text that way. So
I'm with you, but you should text in that chat still, because that's why.
Oh,
he
we were
did it.
so Marty. You were here last week. We were building bridges. We got Meek and Bosco talking on the show a little bit.
Okay, that's
Things
good.
were going well. It seems like now we've taken it maybe a step back.
yeah, it is what it is.
I don't think it's ever gonna work.
I guess not. I was trying last week.
I mean, yeah,
A lot of diplomacy last week.
you should have texted, "Hey, no update. I'm 5-0. Great, first 5-0.
Right.
Well, I went 4-0-1. I didn't get it. But he didn't text about me either. Like, so we both had.
because he's 1-3.
He just only wants. Yeah, he only wants the
1-3.
negative.
And
wants
if,
the negative.
if the Cowboys don't cover tonight, he's 1-4, and that's why. I mean,
But we did have our first 2 undefeated weeks.
I know.
And then there's nothing said about it.
I know, and I got so unlucky too. You got lucky. You got lucky on some of those.
5-0.
I understand. I'm just telling you, got lucky.
It's by half a point.
Jets by half a point, and then
Dolphins by half a
Dolphins. The Dolphins shouldn't have won that game.
I don't know.
Browns by half a point.
Browns also the Ravens.
Well, that was.
We'll talk
the
about
Browns
it.
game.
But what is your guys' thoughts on the Eagles? Like what?
I think you're being
their
a little
offense
harsh.
is dog shit.
It can get better for sure. I think they're. I still think they're really. I still think they're a Super Bowl contender, Marty. Like,
Well, they are a Super Bowl contender, but I have these NFC teams. I have other NFC teams just higher than them. But
the Rams.
I have the Rams higher than them.
All right.
The Eagles beat the Rams, so people get mad at me for that.
I have them in the same ballpark.
So
And who else though? Like
last night, right?
Seattle didn't. I mean,
But let me tell you this: last night, 135 yards, Jalen Hurts had.
okay.
And then Saquon was 26 carries for 83 yards. Any team takes that any day against the Eagles. That is not a good game for that.
Oh, I
offense.
agree. Right. Yes, I understand.
So
what you're saying.
that's where I'm like that's how good. Also, that's why you give credit to Howie Rose, right?
Howie
Howie
Roseman.
Roseman, whatever it is. Getting Phillips was an unbelievable trade.
Oh yeah.
He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And I just think that, because the Lions they made Jared Goff feel so uncomfortable in the pocket the entire game. He was so uncomfortable. He was trying to get the ball out quick. They were 0 for 6, I think, on fourth down.
Oh, there's so many punts.
And it was like 4th and 2, too. It was a lot of 4th and 2s.
Yeah.
I give the Eagles a ton of credit. It's just that, can their defense be that good and keep them in every single game?
But they
As of
also have-
right now, they are.
They have the ability on offense. I know they didn't show it yesterday.
No, but they haven't. And the past,
I still
5
believe in
games.
those players though. And maybe that's just short-sighted on my part, or long-sighted, I guess you want to put it that way. They haven't lost me yet.
Like last week, no, they haven't lost me. They're 8-2 and they're beating good teams. They scored 10 points last week and won. You know, that's 2 games they've scored 16 points, 10 games.
Yeah.
They beat the Giants. That does not anything count.
No,
And then they lost to the Giants.
you know what's a good test for them, Marty? Next week at Cowboys. The Cowboys have a bad defense. Let's see. They got to put points up in that game, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens next week.
What do you think about the Eagles?
They still got 2. I think they're obviously going to win that division. It's just
that's a lot.
foregone conclusion.
The division sucks.
You talk about the teams in the NFC. Obviously, listen, they beat the Lions. What they do against the Rams? They beat the Rams. They beat the Rams, so they're holding these big time title wins, in terms of they've defended the belt where they need to. But in the playoffs, I worry about that offense. I'll give you one. I just looked at their schedule. I don't think they can win the division. They haven't been healthy all year, and they're really good, and they're about to rattle off 3 wins with a bye in there. They still haven't had a bye to reset this team. I like San Francisco as a flyer at 30-1 to win the Super Bowl. I really do think that's a team you don't want to play in the NFC.
Just worry about those injuries.
Just
they've
don't.
had, like Warner and Bosa.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
just
going to be an issue. But
they haven't
you just
had
don't, man.
their wins aren't good. Besides the Rams early on. Like it's just like
Did you just get Purdy back to their credit?
and he played great. The Cardinals are just so bad.
Cardinals are so bad.
That's why I'm not sure about
Easiest
them.
win I had of the week. That was the easiest game.
Like the Rams just beat the shit out of them at home, 42-26. It's not a bad bet. 30.
The other thing about it is, as it's turning out, they don't have a bad loss. So I could see your point in the sense of like, yeah, they don't have massive wins. They did beat the Rams. They don't have massive wins, but with spare parts, they were going and beating the. They did lose to the Texans, which is tough. They beat and they lost to the Jaguars. But they have no. I apologize.
Jags aren't horrible though.
They know, and they beat the Seahawks to open the season. They have no bad losses. Like if they went and lost to Carolina's turned out to be a good team, but if they went and lost to fucking the Jets or this and that, like I don't know, they're making it work with a spare part. They made it work, and now I think they're getting back. I know obviously the defensive injuries. I just think that's a team. So like if you pull up, I'm trying to think of where they would be. So right now they're the 7.
Yeah.
You think the Rams want to play them in the playoffs?
No, it's not that. But here's my issue.
The Rams just beat them away by 20 points. Like I don't think it's that.
I think they're. You think the Eagles would want to play them if the Eagles fall to the 2? I don't think so.
It's not just want to.
I think
at
30-1, San Francisco.
That's why I'm not.
It's not a horrible. It's
Very
not horrible,
very intriguing to me.
But I just don't. I think there's just a lot of teams better. But you're right. At 31, it's fine. Also, don't know how Purdy's going to be. He's fine. He was great yesterday. It's just like the Cardinals. I think we could beat the Cardinals at the moment. It's not a bad 30-1. I don't know what to think about. I thought about it yesterday because they were dominating, but defensively, like you said, I don't know if they're that good with the injuries.
The other thing that holds them back, and I think helps the Eagles a lot, is where they play. Right, so the Eagles still haven't played the Commanders yet. It's like 2 easy wins, probably.
Yeah.
Like the Eagles are likely have the inside track to be the number 1 seed. That means they get that bye. So the Niners are gonna have to fight for their lives just to even win that division because it's so hard. So Niners have a lot going against them that the Eagles don't. That's going to make it hard.
The Rams. It's either going to be the Rams or Eagles is number 1.
You're probably right.
Definitely right. I'm telling you, it's not going to be the fucking Bears.
No, it won't be the Bears. You wonder could the Lions rattle off enough wins to somehow catch up to make up ground? But I don't think so. I think the Eagles have it easy enough schedule the rest of the way where they can kind of walk in there.
Next week, honestly, Rams though.
Be careful, Rams can lose 2 in a row.
The West, 2
in a row.
Lions and then at Seahawks, they could lose 2 in a row.
The thing is, some of these teams are
We're
going
talking about the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams
and the
could.
Bucks.
Oh, down the stretch, I didn't even know about the Bucks. You're right. Sorry.
The Bucks and then the Panthers.
They could lose to the Bucks and then down the road still have the Lions and at the Seahawks down in December. Yeah, it's not the easiest for the Rams.
Although for the Rams,
twice.
the Rams haven't played the Cardinals yet. Yeah,
the Cardinals twice, and they also have the Falcons and the Panthers are. I still don't believe in the Panthers.
They're not bad. No, they're frisky though.
They are,
and they're pretty good on defense.
Let's go through some of the games though. I'm gonna go quick through this one. Dolphins Commanders, one of the most idiotic plays of both teams, just not kicking a field goal at all. They refused to kick a field goal at the end. They did not want to kick a field goal. And Gruden said this. And so far he's been right. Because he said they're going to win yesterday. He thinks that the Dolphins are going to rattle off 4 wins in a row.
So, you mean 4 total wins in a row? Because they already have 2.
No, I'm sorry, from the Bills one. So
right.
So now just
they got Saints and Jets.
one counting the Commanders.
And the Bills.
No.
I see what
saying.
you're saying it. Okay.
It said just from the Commanders game. So the Commanders 1, Saints 2, Jets 3,
and then it gets tougher.
And
potentially.
Steelers is a win, game that
could
win.
Might be Mason Rudolph now.
You don't know. Could be 4. That could be 7-7.
I know.
The Dolphins.
And then you know who they have after the Steelers? The Bengals. Now I'm guessing Burrow will be back.
But still,
what if he's not?
The defense is so bad of the Bengals. It's and then the Bucks, Patriots.
I don't believe the Dolphins at all. But it's not out of the realm of there's crazy things have happened.
No, yeah.
Especially in a very weak AFC.
100%. Steelers, Bengals. That was a close. That scoreboard. If you're looking at your scoreboard watching,
Steelers got some scores late.
They got lucky at the end. The Steelers' offense did not look good again.
Now Rodgers is hurt, right?
Rodgers is hurt.
Wrist.
Did they say how, because he wanted to go back in.
Right. I
in the
know
game.
there was concerns it could be broken. I don't know.
It is his left wrist.
Right.
So like you could play with that. I don't think it's broken.
Not if it's broken, you can.
I don't think it's broken though. But regardless, like, what do you do with him? The next game is Bears, which is like you need that win.
That was a big win for them to get. We talked about it the other day. Like if they lost and the Ravens won, it was like kiss the division goodbye.
Yeah, and that's what I want to.
And now at least they kicked the can down the road just a little bit. I still don't think they'll win it, but like
I don't know, dude. I don't. I'm gonna get to. Well, I want to talk about that when we get to the Ravens, because like the Ravens aren't fucking playing outstanding. Like they barely.
That's what I said. It's very hard to
Everyone's like,
rattle off 5 wins in a row in the NFL, and that's what we were basically saying. We were just checking them. Ravens will win 5 in a row. It's like, hold on a second, like.
And they have won 4 in
Yeah.
a row, but it's like they did play some bad competition, and they haven't been playing well. But the Steelers also, Jamar Chase supposedly spit on Jalen Ramsey,
Right.
which is fucked up. So if he should be suspended though,
And that's why Ramsey was kicked out of the game, right?
and then
He
Ramsey
retaliated.
punched.
Yeah.
But if they look at that where it did look like he spit on him, which is so what's with the spitting? I think spitting is one of the most stupid, like one of the most like disrespectful things you can do. He should be suspended next game though, because that's what I believe.
Is that what happened earlier?
I believe Jalen Carter got suspended.
All right. Well, that would be kind of devastating for the Jamar Chase. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, they're even worse now. I think he got suspended, but that would be brutal for them. I don't know.
On the Steelers, Mason Rudolph. He looked pretty good. Now I know he's Mason Rudolph, but is he that much of a drop off from Aaron Rodgers now?
I don't.
He can be.
He can be, but he's also was won.
But it's bad. It's
But
bad.
hasn't he won? Like
Fair.
he's made the playoffs with the Steelers.
Yeah, but almost in spite of him though. Like, I don't know. Like, who do the Steelers have next?
The Bears.
I don't know. The Steelers are in this weird. We talked about it in the show a lot last week. Steelers just in this weird zone, man, where like they're not good,
But they're not bad.
not bad.
That's
Kind of like
Their
the Bears.
defense-
Honestly, similar to the Bears. The Bears are not good. The Bears are not bad.
Their defense is getting a lot better. The Steelers.
Dave said it on Wake Up Barstool. He said exactly what we said Friday. It's like when you talk about situations that you want and don't want, Steelers are in a bad situation.
I'm not gonna say that. I don't think they're in a bad situation.
I don't think so
in
either.
terms of future, yeah, like they're never gonna
they are.
they're never gonna bottom out to get a bad pick.
But future, they have really good players on their team. Like that's a good future.
You got to make sure you nail the quarterback though, and you got to make sure you can go get one.
You don't
That's
want to
the
be.
thing, though,
I mean,
like-
to Rigo's point, you don't want to be in purgatory, which they kind of are. But also, look at the Jets and Titans.
Purgatory to me is though like
Even the Giants.
You're making the playoffs. It's not purgatory.
2 teams in their division.
Kind of is, Marty.
I don't
2
think it
teams
is.
in their division, without a doubt, have world-class quarterbacks. Now,
And
one of them can't
one's-
stay fucking healthy.
But one also has the Steelers are better than the Bengals still. Like no matter, even with Joe Burrow.
Steelers right now are leading the division.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Where it's like you're not
I
purgatory
also-
when
but,
you're doing
But
this.
no one thinks they're going to win the division.
I still think they definitely can.
They're not going to.
Why? The Ravens looked horrible yesterday.
They still won though, and
What do you mean? But so did the Steelers.
but the Steelers have looked. The Ravens have won 4 in a row. They have the Jets, Bengals, and then Steelers, Bengals. Like that, they're just going to run off a stretch, man. Like it's just.
Dude, and also like people just like to discredit it, but like the Steelers beat the Patriots. I don't care. Like if you say they won anyway, what? But you just said the same thing about the.
That's
Ravens.
fair. No, that's fair. No, look, I'll say this, Marty. I'm not trying to be like super shitty about this. The
Oh, I
Steelers.
know.
The Steelers' defense is good enough where they can win any given Sunday. Like, I don't mean like any given Sunday like the Jets. I mean like they actually like have a legitimate chance to win. But I think the Ravens' talent is, especially at the quarterback position, is just so much better.
But it's just like the Ravens' defense isn't great, and
No, it's not.
and
It's an Achilles heel for sure.
they literally should have lost to the Browns yesterday with Shador Sanders coming in.
Wow,
late in
that
the
was a
game.
whole. Let's wait till we get to.
That's just what I'm saying. Where it's like everyone's
No.
like, "Oh, the Ravens are definitely gonna win." It's like, well, they
I had
still
the
play
same-
each other twice.
I had the same reaction Rico did watching that game. Like you're watching, you're like, ugh. Maybe we were a little, ahead of our skis in that one because they looked like ass that first half, especially. They looked horrible.
Dude, so even when Shador threw that interception, then Lamar's threw it. Lamar's horrible.
Lamar looked as bad as he's looked in a while.
horrible. Derrick
Good.
Henry was the only one that was good.
On the flip side, though, the Browns' defense is good.
Yeah, and especially at home. Ev was diving
Browns
into
defense
the,
is legit.
How bad their offense is.
Ev was diving into the splits at home. They're going to be way better than. than they are.
Next game though, Chargers, Jaguars. Justin Herbert looked fucking awful.
Dude, he's not. Without Joe Alt, he is not the same guy, and it affects the whole team. He looked, Marty. He didn't even look average yesterday. He looked bad.
Awful.
Bad. He is so reliant on that offensive line.
Because even with because obviously everyone loves to just blame the line first. Like, yeah, the line is not good.
Oh, it's a problem.
I know it's bad.
He needs it.
But he, even when he had time, he did not throw the ball well. He threw it very inaccurate. Some bad picks. Like, he just looked awful yesterday. The Chargers looked awful, and that's why I don't believe in the Chargers whatsoever.
That's fair. Honestly, well, Joe Alt's not coming back this year.
Yeah.
And then you combine that with what we saw yesterday. I know probably you have to give credit to a lot of credit to the Jaguars. They lost that heartbreaking loss last week. That would have that would have ruined a lot of teams. And they came back and they punched the Chargers right in the mouth.
That division's kind of like the Colts are 8-2, Jags are 6-5, Texans are 5-5. Obviously, the Titans.
Yeah, I just 6-4.
6-4, and then the Texans are 5-5 now.
Yeah.
With Davis Mills has won. He didn't look good yesterday, but won some games. Like the Texans are kind of back in a way. Well, the Texans' defense is really good.
Well, the
Texans' defense is really good.
I didn't see a fucking snap of their game.
I know. That was one.
I think they're.
I was hoping it was one of his jokes. I don't know. He told me he didn't watch a lot of the games, so I was hoping it was one of his jokes.
I think.
And it wasn't a pretty game.
No, he's talking about the
Colts.
The Colts. Oh,
I didn't see a snap of it. I think the Colts are safe in that division.
Definitely. I mean, they play.
It's
but the
just
thing
too
is,
much
the thing is, they
Yeah,
play.
but
The
If the
Texans,
Jaguars don't lose that
they play
heartbreaker,
the Texans and they play the. I think they play the Texans and the Jaguars twice still.
They're not safe. They play both those.
I think they're
twice.
safe, though.
Now, safe? Safe means like, oh, that's a lock. They're fine.
no, they're not. Yeah,
I'm not ready to go there yet. Now, if they win those games, their next 3 games are everything.
Can you get a massive price on the Jaguars or Texans right now?
Jaguars might get something pretty good. The Colts have at Chiefs, Texans, at Jaguars. Those 3 games are ginormous.
Yeah, but I just think they're better than.
That's fair. You just think they're better than the Jaguars?
Yeah, I do.
Which is fair. But I'm not ready to say anybody's safe yet, though.
You can get the Jaguars at plus 390. The Texans at 14-1. You cannot bet on the Titans.
No.
They've already been eliminated, I think.
Like smart that they do that.
Like the Bears are plus 400. And they're
Plus 400 to win the division?
And they're in first right now.
I will say that schedule does get tougher, but man, all they do is keep winning.
I mean, we'll get to that game. No, we'll get to
Yeah,
that game. You're crazy.
I'm telling you, man. I've been saying it since day one.
gonna get to
The
the game.
Bears are not bad.
They are bad. We're gonna get to.
You're
the game.
not bad. No, I'm
We're
not
gonna
gonna
get
have
to the
that.
game.
I'm not gonna have that.
Okay, I will. They're not bad. They're
Thank
fine.
you. That's all I'm looking for.
I will get to that game.
All right.
I would like Foley to talk about his team. The Bills won 44-32.
Allen accounted for 6 touchdowns.
Second
passing and
time,
3 running?
second time, 3 touchdowns, three passing, 3 rushing.
That's a stat on Advance fucking right up.
Yeah, he had like 45 fantasy points. It was fucking.
If you look at it, you're like, yeah, Josh Allen threw for 3 and ran for 3. That's
and also,
high school
and I
shit.
think he threw a pick too.
He threw 2, yeah.
2 picks.
1 shuffle pass pick. That was
Which
terrible.
was terrible.
Yeah.
The Bills. Before you go, the Bills are so confusing to me because
so confusing.
their defense doesn't look great. Which they're hurt, correct?
Not really. They
that's
can't
bad.
just stop the run.
Can't stop the run.
Their pass defense is actually pretty good.
Sean Tucker can't be having like 300 yards against you.
4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's
They're
not
the third
good.
string, running back.
And their offense, Keon Coleman is just, I'm going to say it, no matter what, just a bust now. He didn't play yesterday. He was dancing on the sideline. And didn't play yesterday because it was an ability, like how he's not good.
Well, he was late to a meeting. It was like his 3rd time being late to a meeting. So.
Didn't seem too upset by it.
Yeah. No, we should have traded him at the deadline.
100%. He could have upside in somewhere. I think it's just not going well right now. But they won. They scored 44 points. It was a great game.
But who are the Bills?
That's what I was going to ask. What do you think?
This is the worst team in a few years, like for the Bills. I just think they're going to win 1 or 2 playoff games. And
It's just hard for Allen to him to be this good. You know, he can't be this good all the time. It's just Shakir can't be your number 1 receiver.
Yeah, he's a 3 on any other team.
You're going to be on the road the whole playoffs.
Yeah, probably. I do think we
I
win
mean,
a playoff game.
What are
Probably
they, one
two.
game back?
Two.
1.5 game back?
1.5. Excuse me, 1.5.
And they play
But
the
they have
Patriots
the,
one
the
more
Patriots
time?
have the tie. Yeah.
They play Patriots one more time. I don't think it's like – I mean, the Patriots should win the division.
Patriots
yes.
are 9-2, and they're going to play the Bengals, Jets. I don't think Jamar Chase is going to play next week because Jalen Carter was suspended one game.
That's
He
what
was.
Marty's saying.
Yeah, so
They play the – Patriots play who next week?
Bengals. And then they play the Jets.
Jesus.
No, Giants.
Oh, then they play the Giants. Sorry, yeah.
What a-
But they do eventually, though, play the Jets.
Yeah.
So you're
Dave
right.
said like Dave is right in a way where it's like the schedule is a schedule, but my God, what a schedule!
Oh, my God. I don't ever remember a schedule in the NFL this season. Now, Patriots were fourth place last year. Fine, no problem. You still have to win those games, but man, oh, man.
We were fourth place too. Why is ours so hard?
I don't understand.
Depends on the divisions you get. You're also
I know,
like,
but like
Schedule is the
his
hardest
The
schedule
Giant, well, you're both
the whole time.
Giants' schedule is a nightmare.
Every week is
Every
like,
year.
wow,
And
I've
it
never
used to
seen
be,
a fourth place schedule that hard in my life.
and the way it lays out, it's
And then we
always
get
loaded
worse.
it's always loaded in the front. There's like a little bit of a break, then it's an onslaught again. It also always felt like when the Cowboys were cooking, you open the season with the Cowboys, usually at Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
It's hurting you guys even in the draft because what happens is the tiebreaker strength of schedule.
I know.
And your schedule is so hard, you're not going to do well there.
I want to ask you guys. So let's see, futures, Super Bowl. Where are the Bills? Bills are the third favorite to win.
That's crazy to me.
They're plus 550. They're plus 850. Sorry, they're plus 850. It's Rams number 1, Eagles 2, Bills. The Bills are the
Bills are the
favorite.
top team in the AFC?
Yeah.
That seems crazy to me. And I think the Bills are
Because
very
think-
good, and I love Josh
Patriots-
Allen.
Again,
Patriots
but
are
Clemmer.
15
He's going to be on the road the whole time.
Clemmer, think about how they have to price it. As good as Drake May is,
I know.
first time in the playoffs, second-year quarterback. Bo Nix, second-year quarterback.
Yep.
Was in the playoffs last year, but like, whatever.
Daniel Jones, you can't really
Daniel
trust
Jones.
Daniel Jones is fourth. The Colts are fourth.
him. Yeah.
Daniel Jones. I'm trying to think.
Chargers are on the way down.
Right?
Chargers are-
Lamar is still like
Chargers
proven,
are
but you
50
have
to
to.
1.
Right.
If you're looking at the DraftKings is never going to overexpose themselves to put
no.
the Bills at 15.
But also the
to 1,
Bills
20 to
are
1.
what's Bills' record? 7-3.
7-3.
Like they're still
They're really good.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
They're
Like,
really good. About like we just expect greatness because of Josh Allen.
100%. The Chargers are 50 to 1 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no thanks. Me
I'd rather take San Francisco.
too.
The Bears are 65 to 1.
I'd rather take the Bears than the Chargers.
The Steelers 120 to 1. They're in first place. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
120 to 1 to win this.
I gotta say, out of all those things, though, I like Bosco's 31 on the Niners the most.
I really do.
If I had to pick between those,
So, like, I guess, if you're at a dinner party, let's say,
Why do you start these? Why is it always
like
gotta
that.
be
I
a
like
dinner party?
Bosco and I, we had ate at the same restaurant Saturday.
Yeah, how was that?
it's awesome.
It's nice, right? A nice night.
But then, not because of I think I just had a mix. Whether it was the entree and the appetizers and then the dessert at the end. Dude, I had, like, the second floor of my house, if they, like, turned on, like a blue light or a black light, whatever they call it, it would have been, like, green gas, dude. I was,
You were farting?
like, woke myself up, like, 4 or 5
my
times.
God.
Oh, you poor
And
wife.
when I left for the airport,
Yeah, yes. Oh, you always burping.
when I left the airport at like 4 in.the morning, it was still like,
Still
I don't
in
know
the
how
air?
long I had been asleep, 3 hours, whatever. It was still like, it was remarkable. It was impressive. Like, you have to be impressed with.
When she opened that,
Or how-
that,
Oh yeah,
that blanket
yeah.
had to be just.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it
when he
was-
got up at 4.
Oh no, I
Oh.
was thrown out after the first 2.
Oh really?
Oh,
Oh.
I was thrown out after the first 2. But
It was a nice night. We had
between the snoring and that, yeah, it was,
we had night,
it
and
was
the night
brutal.
terrors. I can only imagine.
So what? Where does the conversation stop? So like, if there's a draft, like somebody's like, okay, Rams, Eagles, Bills, somebody could talk themselves into the Colts.
So this is where I can't have this. What are we talking about? Talk themselves into the Colts. What does that
He
mean?
means like win it all.
They're 4th overall in the odds, and they're tied for first. They're a half game back out of the number 1 seed in the AFC, with 2 games against the Texans left, and the Jaguars. Not hard. Like the Chiefs won this week. It's not hard. It's like those are very winnable
The
games.
Niners, actually, I think actually, Marty, I'm going to disagree with you. I think that is a pretty tough schedule.
I'm saying 4 of the games.
No gimmies.
100%,
though,
but
still.
talk yourself into is like
Clemmer, how many more teams would you take ahead of the Colts?
In all of the NFL?
Definitely the Rams.
Oh, the Rams.
Definitely the Eagles.
Eagles.
Would you take the Bills?
I think
Yes.
they're pretty.
There you go.
I think they're pretty even. to
Would
be
you
honest.
take the Seahawks?
No.
That's to be determined. All right, whatever. Would you still take the
NFC's
Chiefs?
too hard.
Would you still take the Chiefs instead of the Colts?
I mean, at what point do you?
I think most people would, though. That's
I know,
the
but
thing. I'm
at
not-
what point
I'm
do we look at the
starting to
Chiefs?
get at a point now where I'm like, I
I mean,
don't know about
the
the
Chiefs play the Colts.
I'm down
Colts-
on the Chiefs.
The
Would
Colts
you
go.
would you take the Lions?
Yeah.
Would you take the Ravens?
Yeah.
What? Okay,
Would you take the Pats?
You guys are crazy.
I think I might take the
Really?
Pats because they're going to be home the whole playoffs.
Would you take Denver?
They beat Denver, so I don't know what else you could say.
I say no. Indy does have a good team.
Would you take Green Bay?
No, I don't trust Green
No
Bay for
chance.
anything.
Tampa, no, because they're doing what I said. They're going to fade,
Yeah,
and then I think it
Tampa's
gets
struggling.
there.
So
And
no,
then-
so
and
I
then
have
San
them like,
Not a lot of
Francisco's-
people you're
even if
taking
they're six.
over.
I have them like fifth.
That's like
No,
seven. Yeah, if I had
not
like
seven.
six or seven.
They're six.
Like I don't know what.
Rams, Eagles, Bills is 3.
Patriots.
Detroit for sure 4. Ravens 5.
I don't.
And then Patriots, and you could Broncos.
But again,
I have them ahead of the
Beat the
Broncos.
Broncos, so it's tough to be like. It's just like the Ravens. I don't know what they're showing you guys.
You know what I'm worried about with the Colts? Is
I know it's like past like the Ravens, but like sorry, keep going.
I'm worried about the Colts with that schedule because I will say the Broncos' schedule is easier. So I'm worried the Broncos are going to finish with a better record than the Colts, and then if they play each other, it's in Denver. Then I'm against the Colts there.
They listen. This week the Chiefs have a must-win game, and it's against Colts. It's at Chiefs.
Every
Like,
game
it's
the Chiefs play is a must-win.
No, but it wasn't if they beat the Broncos yesterday.
Yeah, Chiefs.
It wasn't going to
Chiefs
be
are in
must-win.
trouble.
But like, at what point? Like, I get the Chiefs. I like Mahomes. I think they're great. They have not looked good at all.
No.
Where it's like, at what point they're only minus 3.5 against the Colts, so it's basically a pick 'em, and they're at home. Because 3 in football's like what you get. You get 3 for being.
So the Chiefs are favored by 3.5 because it's in Kansas City. Is what you're saying.
Like that's respect. To me, Vegas is respecting the Colts.
I think so too.
It's also Colts are coming off a bye.
How are the Colts on the road this year?
They're very good at home.
That concerns me.
I mean they won in.
Beat the Titans
They won in.
on the road. They
lost to
the
the
Rams.
They lost to the Steelers and Rams.
2-2 on the road.
Yeah, Berlin they won. I mean, it's going to be a hard game. It's at Chiefs, whether it's a must-win game. But I'm just saying, I don't know.
You're gonna hate this, Marty. I'm kind of like worried that Colts are gonna collapse here at the end because this schedule's hard.
I just don't get it. You guys are so hypocritical on different teams.
Hypocritical? What are you hypocritical
Different teams.
about?
The Ravens. Look at the Ravens.
Ravens' schedule is so easy compared to the Colts. What are you talking about?
Look at the Ravens, though, who they've beaten in the past 4
I don't care,
weeks.
but look what's upcoming. I care
No,
more about the future than
100%.
the past.
Okay, their last 3 games are Steelers, Packers, Ravens. That is, and then they play the Steelers too. Like that's not.
The Colts don't have any easy games in their schedule the rest of the way. Not one.
I don't think the Texans are that good.
That's fair.
And the Texans are not very
That's the
good.
easiest. That's the easiest one by far.
That's 2.
Okay.
And the Jaguars
At Chiefs,
are fine.
at Jaguars. How about at Seahawks?
That's tough.
How about Niners?
I'm not saying
How about
it's
Jaguars? You
easy.
say they're not great.
I'm
Okay.
not saying it's easy, but I just think like the Colts are good. I don't know why it's like.
The Colts are good.
I don't.
The problem is
think
the Colts
they
aren't
are.
great, and that's what's gonna trip them up.
So if they beat the Chiefs, so they're still bad.
I didn't say bad. See,
No,
this is
they're
this
not
is
elite.
pass
They're not
fail.
elite.
They're not elite. Beating
Yeah,
the
they-
Chiefs. Hate to say it. Beating the Chiefs only makes you elite.
You're crazy. I think
The Chiefs have problems.
Let's keep going though. Bears, Vikings. I mean, I don't understand. You can think the Bears are. I still will take. What's the Bears not to make the playoffs?
I don't hate that bet. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the odds are.
Playoffs, yes, no.
The Bears' schedule is very hard going down here. They do keep winning though.
Almost there.
They also have a game. They also have a game at the 49ers at night at the end of the season. That's going to determine that as well.
Bears are yes to make the playoffs minus 115, no minus 105. So it is completely
Total
just
pick 'em.
pick 'em.
They've won 7 of the last 8.
The minute that calendar turns December, they are in for a
It's a
cooking.
nightmare.
Actually, the minute that calendar turns Thanksgiving,
It's a
they
nightmare.
go at Eagles,
Yeah.
at Packers, Browns, who are still like a fight, Packers again, at 49ers, Lions.
I know.
Bears, yeah, I think you take no with the Bears. And
I
then
do too.
by the flip side, the 49ers, who they're fighting with for that spot, Like I said, Panthers at Browns, bye week, Titans at Colts, Bears, they could steal that win and seal them straight out, and then Seahawks. I like the Bears schedule. I mean, I like the 49ers schedule way more.
Bears fans
Way
should
more.
be obviously very happy. I'm not saying like this is just like they should be literally talking shit to everybody. But like, fuck, I don't care. We keep winning.
Yeah.
But looking at a full picture, they they just don't look good. But the last minute, Caleb Williams is winning them games. But he does not look like that. Vikings, J.J. McCarthy looked like an inept quarterback. He is horrible. Where like the Bears won 19-17 in that game, and J.J. was 16 of 32 for 150 yards.
And he looked
32 times throwing the football at 150 yards.
Even with the eye test, it didn't work. But I need you to apologize to the Bears.
I'm not going to apologize.
You should apologize. That's not right.
Bad.
You say they were bad. They're not bad.
I think they are still bad.
No, you don't. No, you
don't.
don't think they're bad. You can't say that. You can't say that.
They're
That's not
below
true.
average to me. They're gonna be.
Here's what you need to know when
When
you're looking at that playoff
8-9.
race. When you're looking at that playoff race, wins.
That's not. You can't say it's a bad team, Marty. That's shitty.
Wins on DraftKings, regular season wins. San Francisco is over 10.5 right now, minus 165. Chicago is 9.5, minus 160. They're giving you they're expecting San Francisco to win a full game.
Yeah, all right, but they're also expecting the Bears to
Also,
win 10.
the Bears have this. I'm pretty sure it's like.
Well, they're already at 7 though. That's
Marty just said they're going to go 8-9. Marty's being negative.
8-9.
Marty's
They're
Marty's
gonna go 8-9.
meek Marty here. No,
I'll tell you, they're gonna go 8-9. We'll go back to this then.
No. You can't do that because you keep moving the goalposts. You said they were bad like a month ago. They're bad. They're awful. They're bad. They're awful. And now they're not bad.
I think it's hard. I think it's going to be very hard for them to go 8-9.
You need to apologize.
That they're gonna be 8-3. I think they'll beat the Steelers.
Name a good win.
Who cares? Every win's a win is a win.
They could
I
go.
don't like that. I hate that shit.
They could go 0 for Thanksgiving though. They really could.
They have the
After Thanksgiving, they could lose all the way through.
Yeah, of course they
They're
can.
not going to lose.
They're not very good.
They're going to beat the Browns. It's in Chicago.
Dude, they have beaten. Okay, these are their wins.
They might not beat the Steelers.
You want to know their wins?
I think they will. I hate the Steelers.
Bosco, their wins. The Cowboys, the Raiders by 1, the Commanders by 1, the Saints. They lost to Snoop Huntley and the Ravens. Bengals by a hair
Giants
on
by
their
a
ass.
miracle, Vikings
Giants
by a
on the hair of
miracle.
their ass. But like you have to look at the games. Yes, they're good. And I said right now they should be all parading in the
But
streets
you,
right now.
a month ago, you and Hubs were both saying they were horrible. They're not horrible. They're not a bad team.
They're not horrible. They're bad.
They're not bad.
Okay.
You can't be bad at 7-3. I'm sorry. Nope. Full stop. Nope. You're wrong. Just say you're wrong. Just be like,
No,
I
I'm
apologize to Bears. I
don't apologize 'cause they're not
shouldn't
good.
have said they were bad. You can say they're not good. That's
They're not
fine.
good.
It's not a pass or fail.
They're not horrible. They're bad.
They're not bad.
They're bad.
They're not. That's shitty. You know you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
No, I guess that sucks.
I'm not wrong.
I apologize.
Look at that game yesterday. You watch them and you're like, well, they're good.
Didn't say that.
What are they?
They're average. And that's okay. And that's an improvement from last year.
Average.
They're going the right direction. I think the Bears have a lot to be excited about.
All right.
And I think you're needlessly shitty to them.
I don't think I am. Next game, we're moving right past this one. Texans-Titans, that is a god-awful.
Gross.
Wow, that was horrible.
Texans had to win, though they did.
Yeah, but that's why the Texans. I know the Texans are floating around the play. Like I just can't take them.
No.
Serious. I know the
No.
defense and like it's just.
Texans are not serious.
They're 5-5, and they've literally last week the Jaguars win was wild, and the
I want all the intriguing.
them
things,
being the
like-
49ers was something.
Yeah.
Next game, one of the most frustrating teams in the NFL. If you are a fan of this team, you should really just hang it up because it's the talent. They have the talent, but they are god-awful. It's the Falcons. The Falcons were up. This is one of my picks because I had the Falcons minus 3.5. Up the entire game. They even stopped the Panthers at the end, scored a field goal 24-19, and they just lost it. Penix gets hurt. Kirk Cousins comes in. Kirk was fine. I think he threw a pick. I don't even know, but he was fine at the end. It's tough to come in that situation anyway. But the Falcons, you have Bijan. Kyle Pitts is pretty good. You have fucking Drake London, who got hurt, but is like one of the best receivers in the NFL. And then they just suck. They are 3-7. They're horrible. And you got to give credit to the Panthers, where now they're 6-5 and have turned around this season, turned around everything in that organization.
So Bryce Young, the 7 games before yesterday, he did not throw for 200 passing yards. Not one game, 200 passing yards. Yesterday, 448 with 3 touchdowns. I mean, he leveled up yesterday. That was an incredible performance by him. The Panthers, I don't know, Panthers do some interesting things. And Bryce Young is getting better.
Yeah, listen, I think that the Panthers are good. Like, I think they're fine.
So they're good, the Bears are not. Bears are bad. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, they're both the same, actually.
They're both average.
I think they're both a little bit but the Panthers have some wins on their resume.
Oh, jeez, dude. They also have 5 losses. The Bears have 3.
They played hard.
It also looks like Penix is out for the year.
The year?
Yeah.
Oh, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. This is a Kirk Cousins. It's a showcase for him.
3-7 Falcons. Yeah, you're right.
It's a showcase for next year for the Falcons.
You're absolutely right.
Next game, Packers Giants. The Packers. Hubs.
Oh, Hubs.
Congrats on the wedding, Hubs. I went to his wedding. Beautiful wedding. Congrats to him. Very happy. The Packers are not a good team.
So Hubs went in the group chat last night. And he says, "You guys have to give Jordan Love respect."
I think he's just an average quarterback. You think he's a top 10 quarterback?
I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. I don't know. Is he a top?
I don't think he's top 10.
Let's see.
No way.
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. Right?
No.
Top 10.
He's not doing anything that's
It's like
impressive.
Daniel Jones is obviously ahead of him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Are we saying fully healthy or just this year?
Fully healthy this year.
Oh, then he's out.
like Drake May, Lamar. Like, think about all the guys. Like, there's so obviously Mahomes, Allen. Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Like,
yeah, Dak is better for sure.
I think Dak's better.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't. What is Jordan Love doing that you're like, whoa, wow?
Not much lately.
Like, they beat the Giants. The Giants. I don't even. Good for the Giants. The Giants are actually making it like good for the Giants. You know, like they're making it entertaining, and they're losing, so it's good. Like, we have the 3rd pick right now.
Yeah, but you won't though, because it has to do with buys and stuff. Like you guys already had your buy or don't have your buy yet, and everybody else already has. So it's kind of like it was weird. And you guys are gonna get fucked with the strength schedule.
But right now, it's top 5 pick.
Sure.
It will be because they're not going to win.
No.
They're not going to win anything. They're not going to win another game. No.
You don't need to win another game?
No. They have the Lions next week.
Lions at Pats, bye. Commanders, you could win that game.
Vikings
at Raiders.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
it's not many wins there. But yeah, I just don't think the Packers are in that. The NFC is also tough, where I think the Seahawks are better. I think the Eagles are better. I think the Lions are better. I think the Rams are better. Who else? I think the 49ers are better.
Yep.
The Packers have so much talent though.
It's there, and also Josh Jacobs is out.
That's a problem.
He is hurt. I don't know what his diagnosis was, but he was out of the game. It was with a knee. That can't be good. That is also hurtful for them. Moving on, Seahawks, Rams.
So Olsen said something about this late, and when you watch it, the Rams threw the ball. I think it was on like 3rd and 4. Maybe it was like, or it was. I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 10. And Olsen said, no matter what, you cannot have, because the first down would have kind of sealed the game. He's like, you just can't have an incompletion here. You can't have an incompletion. You can't have an incompletion. He's like, you take a sack even to make them use a timeout or just run clock, or like you take a 4-yard, as long as it's a short thing. You know that thing where like the guy's standing in the scat and you just throw it. He's got no chance at a first down, but just stay in bounds. Like you just can't take an incompletion here. And sure as shit, they take an incompletion. And the Seattle did have a boot to win it, but they got all the way back down. Like I was watching, I was like, oh my God, like he predicted the future. You know what I mean? So
this
just
is where I think you
interesting, almost blown game there for the Rams.
I think you got to give the Seahawks credit in a way. Sam Darnold was awful, had 4 picks, and had a chance to win the game at the end. Like, that's you got to give him credit. It was like Matthew Stafford, MVP candidate, 15 and 28 for 130 yards. That is not good. Like, that's how, like, you got to give the Seattle's defense credit.
4 picks. Is tough.
4 picks, and gave your team a chance to win. Like Meek's just such a little troll. Like only talks about Sam Darnold when like he sucks. Sam Darnold's like has been great this year. He sucked yesterday.
Well, Meek said it in the chat. He has this one draft class that he roots for all the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But every other draft class, I think he roots against the quarterback.
Like Sam Darnold's been great. Any team would pay to have what Sam Darnold's done for them this year. Like he's done fine. He's sucked yesterday.
You should ask Meek tomorrow. Who would you
Chiefs
rather have?
What?
Chiefs and Bills and Ravens wouldn't.
We should ask Meek.
You have a little Meek in you.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was a Meek
but
comment.
You know it's a joke. He does it like
True.
Who would Meek rather
mine's
have?
so ridiculous. Like
Who would Meek rather have as quarterback? J.J. McCarthy or Sam Darnold? We should ask.
He would say JJ because he's young and
That's crazy.
100% he would. But that's why I think the Seahawks are for real. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think
you
is
gotta worry about Darnold in a big game like that in the playoffs. I agree with him. I think Seattle's good too, and is intriguing. But like in the playoffs, there's something about the bright lights. I do worry about Darnold as my
Did
guy.
really well the week before those bright lights.
Yeah.
National game.
Yeah, he was perfect in the national.
Yeah. First half.
But I'm saying going up against Stafford or Hurts or even Purdy in a playoff game, like
Well, you can't give Purdy that. I don't think. Like I don't know. Purdy. Like
Purdy's
Purdy
got a full
obviously got to the
package,
Super
yeah.
Bowl, but like.
I mean,
like,
the big
let's,
thing here though is the Rams' defense is really good.
Yeah, and I think the
And-
Seahawks
and-
defense is really.
No, I know, but they stymied Darnold though. Like that was the problem.
Killed him. Killed him. Do you think it's like 9 people had a carry on the Seahawks? That's got to be
That's crazy.
that's got to be a record, no?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Also, do you think I was going to say if the Giants won yesterday, what's the record of different quarterbacks winning a team in a season?
Yeah, right.
Because he would have been third.
That's crazy.
Like it's got to be the record's got to be like 4 or 5, right?
I would think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But 9 carries for Seattle. I was like, whoa, that's
It's funny
a
if
lot.
they had 3 wins and it was 3 wins for the whole season and three
and the
three
three
guys.
different
That would be
ones.
fun.
Yeah.
I think it's less than you think because that involves in-season moves.
I know. But people getting hurt is I could see.
I think teams have tied with 3. I don't know if anyone's ever done it with 4.
I think starting quarterback, they started the game, not come in either.
Right, starting quarterback wins with a starting quarterback. I'm going to say
Russell Wilson won one of the first ones, right?
One of the first.
Did he
No,
win?
I think Dart won too.
Oh, Dart won.
Oh, did he?
too.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Yeah, never mind. I
there a
forgot
way to
we lost the Cowboys game.
Yeah,
is there a way to find that record?
Probably hard.
I'm looking for it, but yeah.
I think it's
Um,
3.5, and I take the under.
Also, good to note, Rams are 8-2. They have the 8th pick in the draft at the moment.
Oh, because of the Falcons.
Yep. How crazy is that?
Yeah, nuts.
They're gonna have a top probably 7 pick.
Oh, I was waiting to see if that came back to you as the Colts somehow, which I missed
No,
the trade.
it's just the Falcons.
So
The Falcons pick next
Yeah.
year, first round pick.
And then nuts.
If there's a
Falcons
quarter-
being this bad for no reason.
I know it's going to sound whatever. You're in win mode now, but if there's a quarterback they love,
Yeah.
I think you stash it. If
Oh,
there's a guy you
100%.
love, like I don't.
yeah, pulling out.
If on draft night it comes out and it's like, hey, they took Simpson, they took this guy,
yeah.
and people are like, what the fuck, you have Stafford? I'd be like, well,
Look at the
you ain't gonna have Stafford forever.
Pulling
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
I think that might be the move to set them up.
Packers
They have a
did-
great coach, a lot of
want-
weapons. People want to go there.
Love sat for what? 2 years? 3 years?
What's that?
Love sat for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh yeah, so did Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, as I'm
Brett
saying,
Favre.
the Packers did the exact same thing.
Did it
to
twice.
get Love.
And to
So-
get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and I mean, Mahomes sat a year. Like,
Yep.
it's not a bad
No.
thing to do, especially if you have the opportunity when you're that good at 8-2 and
Yeah.
getting one of them. 49ers blow out the Cardinals. That game doesn't nothing. Purdy looked
Buy
good.
the 49ers, though, really.
I don't think it's a crazy thing.
Jacoby Brissett, by the way, 452 yards. It's just funny.
Ravens 23-16. They won on a fake tush push with Mark Andrews.
That was big for people who had Mark Andrews anytime touchdown
Oh,
score.
did he?
I didn't
Oh, he
fucking
ran a long
expect
way
that.
too. That's pretty good.
The Ravens though, I don't know how you come out of that game. Like the win the division, maybe like that's fine, but like that game, their offense was horrible, and their defense was like they had Dylan Gabriel and fucking Shador Sanders be like any competent offense wins that game. Not even good offense, competent.
So Shador yesterday, he was interesting to watch, but he went 4 for 16, which is hard to do in this NFL. 47 yards, 1 interception,
Should have had 2 picks.
2 sacks.
Should have had 2 and a fumbled sack. He didn't. He fumbled, but he got it back.
It was a tough spot. You get thrown into the game. I get all that.
100%.
I
I want to watch Shador next week with a full. He was horrible.
He was horrible.
But I want to watch him full preparation for next week. Who do they play next week?
That's a good question. They play. I'm sorry.
They play the Raiders. So listen.
In Vegas.
Listen. I want to watch him full preparation for a week as a starting because he'll start. I think it's a concussion for
Gabriel.
Gabriel, so he'll probably be
Now
out.
I'll say this for. Okay, I'm not. This is very much devil's advocate. I don't believe what I'm saying here, but I have to at least say it. Gabriel 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's not terrible.
Say it again. Sorry.
Dylan Gabriel 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's not terrible.
This isn't.
He's not good.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I always had to say that. 1-5 in games he started. He's not good. I'm not saying that. I know Jeff D'Lo. I can almost hear him screaming from his house right now, because he hates Dylan Gabriel so much. So, but Shador Sanders is horrible. I think you have to give Shador a shot though, because
he's the only quarterback they have.
you have to know also who you have, so that way when you draft, you can be like, all right,
Well, it's incredible that the Browns this year, they signed Flacco.
Yep.
Signed Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
Both of them gone.
Yep.
Drafted Gabriel.
Mhm.
Hurt. Don't know if he's going to be the future. And
I think we can.
I understand, but you can't right away.
Didn't they sign somebody else too? Huntley? Am I an idiot for that?
They signed Huntley as
They
well. He's
he
he's
was
now
the fifth that room, and they also have a guy collecting massive amounts of checks.
Yes.
Sean Watson.
God knows
I
where.
think
I forget about him, honestly. I forgot about him.
I think he counts $80 million on the cap next year.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Browns,
he's going to play next year.
I don't know.
He is. They've said it.
Really?
But yeah.
I think he's
You kind of have to.
I don't know if he's
Has
healthy
to
enough.
play.
I think you kind of have to play him.
If he's I don't know if he's healthy. I don't know if he can play.
No, I think he's supposedly that's what they
That
said.
would be
in,
something else.
in 2023, the Browns had 4 starting quarterbacks to win a game.
Oh wow,
Or is that the record?
That's the record.
that's
Damn.
pretty good.
Flacco, Deshaun Watson, P.J. Walker, Dorian Thompson,
PJ
Robinson.
Walker won a game?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank
How
you.
many teams
Foley.
have done 3?
Ooh, let me look that up. Hold on.
I give Foley credit because Meek would have given up on that
Oh yeah.
so early.
How did you even know to get that?
Yeah, it's good.
Meek would have made something up.
He would have, and we would have been like, oh, and then one moved on.
Okay.
Next game, there's 2 guys rightfully in their own right. 2 guys on the show that aren't here today for valid reasons. Didn't have to answer for Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I was a Bo Nix guy.
I know.
I should have
that's
been
why.
more bullish on the Chiefs. It's crazy. I said that 1-3 start. I didn't think it was going to be. And then
You
I was
were just
then
a
I
little
came,
too early.
Then they scared the shit out of me, and I was like, "Well, don't worry, they'll be okay." And then as it turns out, I was right.
So what are they? 5
Oh.
and 5?
5-5.
Chiefs
5
are
and
not,
5.
Chiefs are not okay.
Their defense still looks good. Bo Nix is 9-2 and is winning game.
Bo Nix is good.
I know. I don't understand.
Bo Nix and Jordan Love. Is that kind of the question?
Yeah,
I have them in the same tier. I know.
me too.
I can hear Hubs freaking out.
I could see. I wish they were here today because Bo Nix is just winning football games. Their defense is good, yes, but he played well yesterday. What was his line yesterday?
295 yards. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, he was 24-37, 295, no picks, no touchdowns.
No touchdowns.
though.
Though, to be
But okay, you could say that their rushing yards they had 59 rushing yards between 4 guys.
they're also playing a good defense, a very good defense.
I know. It's just like he's see fucking Pat Bryant.
I know.
5 receptions for 82 yards. Robbie's such an asshole. He's horrible.
Robbie's picks have been terrible.
He's been horrible, that asshole.
You're mad at him, right?
I'm getting real angry at him.
Yeah.
Real angry at him.
Yeah.
I just the Broncos are good. I don't know how else to say it. I think Bo Nix is good.
Broncos are very good.
It's
Broncos
his
are
second-
very good.
Last rookie year made the playoffs, played well, lost in the
Bo
playoffs.
Nix is good.
Second year he's 9-2, tied for first in the AFC, in a division with the Chiefs. Beat the Chiefs. I don't.
They hate
know
him.
what
They
else.
hate him.
They hate
They
him.
hate him.
And they can't get over it. It's a blind hate. I know for Hubs, it's a blind hate because he hated him when he got drafted. I don't know what Ev's hate is yet.
I think you have the same kind of hate with the Bears, and that's making me.
No, I don't. I don't have a blind hate. I'll be honest. When I think if the Broncos and Bears play, it'd be like a 20-point loss.
You love Eddie. You aren't you sad when he's sad?
I love when Eddie's sad about
Like,
the Bears.
you're happy when he's sad.
When Eddie said, because when he said about, I love when Eddie gets a little hope too, which he's starting to get a little hope now, and they're gonna lose to the Steelers, and then it's gonna go all downhill from there.
I don't like that attitude. You've been counting the Bears out for a while now, and you've been wrong the whole time.
Well, let's talk about tonight real fast. Cowboys Raiders. They should flex it. They should flex it off TV.
Should flex it.
Just flex it off TV.
Take it off the television.
Cowboys minus 3.5. I think the Raiders are gonna be like in this game though.
I had the same fear,
I'm gonna take Raiders plus 3.5.
so I did a parlay because I had the same worry that you do. No, I didn't take it. I guess. I'm gonna take Cowboys money line, and I'm gonna take Geno's yards. And the reason being is I think they're gonna be down, so they'll be throwing. I just don't. I hate putting money on Geno.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
So if I take Geno 200 plus yards and Cowboys money line, that's plus 114. So I'm taking that. I think he gets 200 yards, and I think the Cowboys do win. But I have no confidence though.
Yeah, I don't either. How about?
Should we do a first touchdown or something to make it exciting?
Yeah, I think
took Pickens. Pickens to score anytime, and I'll take Pickens first. Fuck it.
I'm gonna take Bowers first touchdown. What's that at?
Like
800 for Bowers, 950 for Pickens.
Yeah, well, Bowers first touchdown.
You're going aye.
That hit you?
Yeah, hit me right in the ankle.
I'm not excited about this game. Like it's gonna be like watch it, and then I'm gonna watch it, but I'll probably have a program on as well.
I'm not gonna take. I'm gonna take both Bowers and Pickens separately for anytime touchdown. I'm not gonna take a first.
Speaking of programs, I watched the first episode of something last night of that show. You know that show? You know that girl from Succession?
Oh yeah, my wife's watching this show.
Yeah. My wife somehow watches every single show on the planet.
She likes this show.
But I guess the same way how like I'm watching a million games.
Yeah.
You watched?
She's just got a new program.
We didn't
going.
talk
That's what
about.
happened yesterday at my house. She was watching this Sarah Snook show, and I'm watching football.
She's got a million.
I watched it after the game last night. First episode was fantastic.
Yeah, she
She's
likes
got
it.
a million programs.
Alabama lost.
We touched on that Friday.
Yeah, come on,
I
Mark.
wasn't here.
You
How was
still
I?
wa- you
supposed
wa-
to-
why aren't you
think
watching
I'm
the
watching
show?
the show on
You
Friday.
should be watching the show.
Alabama lost.
We talked about it.
Yeah,
was
they lost to
asking.
Purdue. They got out rebounded.
Yeah.
Another brutal one fucking Wednesday.
Notice how he doesn't say when Alabama won, Rico.
I wasn't
I'm
here.
just saying, like it's a one-way
I
street.
wasn't here.
I know. But you weren't here when they lost either.
I'm just saying they lost. It's not. They lost to the number 2 team in the country. It's fine. And they were in the game. I don't think it's a bad loss. That's all I was gonna say.
It's a one-way street.
I'm not hateful towards Alabama. They're not like they were better last year. I think they're still good. Their offense is crazy. I think they still have defensive problems.
You know you got to look out for is Kentucky. That's my team this year.
They lost already.
The best player is out. He's going to be back in January.
BYU also lost. I'm not buying in on BYU.
I am.
I'm not.
The suspension hurts, and the Kiata got hurt. The big. UConn's also pretty fucking scary. So I had a kid messaging me for
No one is unbothered more than that man.
for years. He was like, "You got to watch out for this kid. He's a 5-star. You got to watch out for this kid. You got to watch out for this kid." Braylon Mullins. This fucking kid messaged me for years. I'm like, okay, like I didn't watch his tapes. Then he commits and he goes to UConn, and he's fucking UConn still doesn't even have him yet. Like UConn's good, and this kid is gonna fucking be good. Like, but
We're talking about a guy that's not on the team yet.
no, he's on the team.
Oh, he's not playing?
He's not playing. He's hurt. So UConn beat BYU, who I think is very good, without a really, really good player. I just think the Big East is, you know, what might be the 3rd best team in the Big East.
Ooh.
Georgetown.
Really?
I swear to God, dude.
Good coach.
Also shout out Julian Edlow. Did his pod Friday, and he was like, I love a college basketball game tomorrow. It moved like 4 points.
Really?
It was like 3.5. It got down to like pick 'em.
Syracuse, Georgetown, yeah?
Georgetown, Clemson.
Clemson.
Yeah, Georgetown winning outright.
Speaking of, tomorrow, Duke plays Kansas tomorrow at MSG. And shout out to Gametime. Basketball season's here, which means the excitement of being in the stands for tip-off has arrived too. The Gametime app gives the advantage back to fans. It's a hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experience in a few taps. Tomorrow, I got a great deal for Duke, Kansas. I think Clemmer is going to go with me.
I'm gonna
no,
try.
he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
try.
try. He's got a lot of stuff moving. around.
But no, I'm just kidding. He can't. He's got a lot going on tomorrow.
It's a busy day. I do want to go.
No, I know, but Game Time has got me in. It's incredibly easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PICKS for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go, download, and Game Time app today. Like college basketball's getting.
Well, you didn't mention you weren't here, but like the St. John's lost that we want to.
To Bama. It was a great win for
I'm just
Bama.
saying, like Rick Pitino, I don't know.
Big East is bad.
Big East is bad. They're gonna run away with the Big East. UConn and them it's gonna be a runaway.
But they're gonna get fat. It's the same thing. You're gonna get fat on. I'm very interested to see what St. John's does in the non-conference here because they got a ton of tests out in that players era coming up. So we'll see what they do there. But other than that, they're gonna have 25, 26 wins in a bad Big East. I mean, you're talking about George. The Georgetown's good now, or whatever. But Seton Hall, awful.
Terrible.
DePaul, awful. We love Butler. Butler, bad. Who else am I missing? Creighton, not as good. Providence, I don't think great.
They're like average.
Who else am I missing? Marquette, whatever. There's a few whatevers, but nobody's establishing themselves as elite
Seton Hall
here.
can't figure out a little bit.
It's tough.
Nah, Seton Hall's
Tough to get
dude.
through
It's
those
so tough that they play at the. I don't know why they play at the Prudential Center. I
Where do you
really
want them
don't.
to play.
Get a better
On
arena on campus. Yeah, it doesn't. You're never gonna get kids to go to the Prudential Center. Just not. It's also not. I feel like there's a lot of people that just didn't go to.
The kids, the players like playing in like a Prudential Center, like a bigger arena like
You would
that.
think
more
because
than- is that
St.
exciting to
John's-
kids or do kids not care about? I don't know.
I mean, it's different because St. John's gets played at MSG. That's exciting,
That's exciting, right?
but not Prudential Center probably.
Too bad they gotta play for a guy like Rick Pitino, but
real
that's a whole
quick,
different thing.
Before we get out of here, your hypothetical is finally dead. Texas. Oh my God. God, you still want it, don't you?
It'll be a conversation, but there's teams like the Big 12 is getting 2. Notre Dame looks way better than people think on the eye test, and you lost by 25 to Georgia.
I'm saying it wasn't even close.
Texas will still have a conversation if they beat A&M, but
That was also lucky.
It's tough. It's a
as
tough.
well.
It's a tough sell. It's a tough sell.
A&M just was down 30. Let me tell you, someone texted me. Shout out Michael. You know who you are. 30-3. They're losing. Text A&M. Get a text. Take A&M live. Halftime 30-3. 130-130.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Michael?
Yep.
Michael.
This week's an awful week.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Because
Also, by the way,
yeah.
my Texas Tech 60-1 ticket
Oh, you're alive.
looks fucking great.
Oh, really? 60?
Because they have one game left against someone shitty. I think it was West Virginia. I think they play someone
You're
really
alive.
shitty. They're gonna be probably playing either BYU or Houston. No, BYU or Utah in the championship.
Utah still get there?
I think because if BYU loses, I don't know. I don't know that.
Oh, because Utah's in a really, really tough spot. They lost to BYU and Texas Tech.
So then
Utah's in a hard spot.
unless BYU loses 2 games in a row,
Let me see.
which they are playing Cincinnati and UCF, so they shouldn't. But
No, BYU's. They needed TCU to beat them.
You should take Bosco with you tomorrow.
huh?
You should take Bosco with you tomorrow.
My brother's going.
Flying out.
He's out.
Oh, his rate's fine out.
Yeah.
Flying out.
You would have liked that.
No, I know.
College basketball.
I would have taken Bosco.
Pick up my credential during the day, and then I'll fly out.
Bully for you.
That's insane. Why are you picking up your credential?
You stay in the mix.
By picking up
He's
a credential?
taking a credential away
have-
from.
yeah.
Are you going to any game? You just picking up a credential and leaving?
No, I got a late flight. I'm going.
No, you're not
stop in
going.
for the early one.
What time's
Oh,
your
that's
flight?
not so bad. If you
early?
stop in, that makes sense.
What time's your flight?
10.
Your flight's at 10.
Yeah, so you
He's
stop
going
in
to pop
for
in.
the
He's going
early.
to catch a couple games. That's
You are not stepping foot for that 7 o'clock game.
No, he
Second
can't
one,
do
no,
that.
but you can.
Isn't
No,
it,
the
is
first
it-
one's at
early.
7.
Oh, what are you doing?
Check in.
He's not watching a single second.
Check
Can't.
in.
I mean, there's no way.
Yeah.
He just wants the credential to show people that he did it.
I could check in.
That's weird.
It's crazy to have a credential that
Are you gonna
can't
walk
go.
around? Are you gonna go in the arena just
Check
chat
it
with
out.
the press and stuff?
Get the
and, like,
vibe. Nah,
coaches?
By the way, the press in MSG,
They're so high up, right? Yeah.
all the way above the Chase.
They got you in heaven, right? Yeah.
It's the farthest thing away from anything. That is so insane. Your brain should be studied. Who picks up? That's like a hassle to go pick up your
I know.
credential. Like, it's not fun to go pick it up.
No. That's where you kind of lose. So I'm with you on a lot of the college because I love the baseball stuff and we kind of get in the weeds with that. I would never go pick up a credit. Like the last thing I would do is that. It seems like bureaucratic bullshit.
Yeah, stay in the mix.
Seems like a headache.
No one wants to be in that mix.
Oh.
The media guys
Wait
are
in
like
line and pick up a lanyard. Like,
also
face on
like
it,
the media people are so lame there too. Like, you can't even root for the teams.
no clap in the press box.
No, I remember I almost got kicked out of Michigan's one because I clapped for when Hunter hit a game-winning
They
three.
take themselves very seriously.
The worst,
Oh,
dude.
God.
All right, that is the show.
We got picks. Do we get picks? No.
Yeah, let's give out some picks.
Pickens touchdown.
Pickens anytime touchdown? Or no, anytime?
I have
And
Brock
first.
Bowers first. I got Raiders minus 3.5. I also have the Pistons minus 10.5. Do you think that Halliburton should be the MVP? He should be MVP.
David
They're
Robinson.
1-12,
David Robinson style.
and they haven't. They made the fucking championship
No.
last year. That's crazy.
I know.
That should be he should be most underrated.
He's also like
player.
helping his team next year because now they're gonna get a really good draft pick, and then he'll come back next year. They're even better. Like
Yes. Also, 2 tough losses for your Spurs against not even trolling because they've been good, but they had 2 tough losses against the Warriors
Dylan
back to back.
very tough losses. They did no Dylan Harper, and they did both the Warriors actually, and the Spurs won yesterday too.
I blogged it. Did you see Wemby when,
Hey, so a win's a win.
when Draymond was
Don't be.
But the West is good. It's
when
big.
Draymond was
Wemby-
chirping at him, and then Wemby doesn't really say anything, and then he just rolls off and dunks and just looks at him.
Dude,
Like I was like,
Wemby's
so humble.
Wemby's off the backboard dunk was fucking insane. He's so good.
So good. No, the Spurs don't have Dylan Harper right now. Get him back, especially now if Fox is back. I'm very confident they'll be a top 4 team in the West. I stand by that.
That top 4 is tough though.
I'm not saying it's not tough.
Because the Thunder are
Thunder are-
unbelievable.
By the way, Thunder right now have 2 top 10 picks.
I think you only have a
For sure.
chance. You have a chance at 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is gonna be locked up.
Saying Denver's too.
I think Denver's locked up. I think OKC
I
is
think it's
locked up.
OKC's locked up. I'll give you that.
I think Denver's locked up.
Yeah,
Also, there's a team that the Lakers just haven't had LeBron. They're 10 and 4.
no, the Lakers, right?
The Lakers are good
The Lakers are good, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them make a deal at the deadline for more defense help.
because you're 9 and 4 right now. You're in 5th.
Yeah.
And that's and then I think it's I think Minnesota could also get. I don't know. It's gonna
Minnesota's
be
been
tight.
playing better.
It's gonna be tight.
isn't there a
um,
world where
Rockets are great.
Oklahoma City could have the #1 pick too?
Yes,
Or is it that
Yeah.
bad?
Nico, right now they have 2 of the top 8 picks.
Who's the second one?
I forget. It's I forget who the teams are now. I was looking at Tankathon last night.
That's fucking.
Isn't that crazy?
That's scary.
Yeah, they already have a ton of ping pong balls. My picks are for tonight a parlay at plus 114. It's Cowboys money line, Geno Smith 200 passing yards, and then I'm also on Brock Bowers anytime touchdown plus 105, and George Pickens anytime touchdown plus 145.
All right. This is Duke sent us. Here's a QB EPA leaderboard if you exclude drops, which I don't also love. The excluding drops because you don't know where
You don't know how the drop
you
happened.
don't know where that ball is.
Ball
If you completed
badly thrown,
a drop, you know.
All right, well,
And it's Drake May way above number 1. Then
Everybody
Jordan Love 2, Mahomes 3, Allen 4. Yeah,
and Stafford 5. Yeah,
that's just fucking. Dukes was just setting that because it's Drake
May.
is in first. Man, I wish he was still on the show sometimes.
this year.
It would
I mean,
be-
I love Dukes. don't get me wrong,
Last
but,
year
like,
was so fun how bad and then him being good this year he's the MVP right now, right?
Stafford maybe.
I think it's May.
It's gonna go back and forth.
I think it's gonna be May. I think it's gonna be May or Jonathan Taylor if he keeps that up.
No, well, they won't give it running back. That I'm.
I know they won't, but it'll be tough if he has if he
I mean,
breaks
Barkley.
a
They
touchdown.
didn't give it to him.
No, but he's like already beaten Barkley's touchdown.
I think they're gonna give it to Stafford. It's kind of like a career achievement award too.
True, because May's gonna be around a lot.
Tough.
Um,
The narrative there.
all right, that is the show, and we'll be back tomorrow. Just back tomorrow.
Oh, way to go, Marty. Nice finish there.
Don't worry, guys. Back tomorrow.